Two East Bay teams battle it out in a contest of smarts. Next on Quiz Kids.
It's the Bay Area Quiz Kids. Brought to you by the San Mateo Credit Union. And now, the best host on the West Coast, Brad Friedman.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to Quiz Kids. We have two terrific teams from the East Bay today, and they are the Concord Minutemen and the San Leandro Pirates. We're going to get right into it with our first three-for-all round. I will ask you a 5-point toss-up question. If you give me the right answer, your team gets to answer up to 2 questions to earn 10 or 25 points. Here's your first toss-up. Good luck, teams. It pits competitors called rikishi who try to push each other out of a 15-foot diameter ring. Name this national sport of Japan. Virgil.
Sumo wrestling?
Right. Prior to a bout, the sumo ring is ritually purified by scattering what mineral across it?
Salt.
Correct. And for 25, Hakuho Sho, a Mongolian, holds what highest sumo rank?
Yokozuna?
You got 25 points. Here's your next toss-up. Public salary cuts and a sales tax increase intended to battle its 12.7% budget deficit led to civil unrest in this nation. Name this southern European country. A rival, Lydia.
Greece.
Right. Despite its budget deficit being more than 4 times the allowed limit, Greece has not yet been expelled from the group of 17 nations that have adopted what common currency?
The euro.
And for 25 points, which current prime minister of Greece, whose father and grandfather both also served as prime minister, was the target of many of the protesters?
I can try to say it. Papandreou?
Papandreou is correct for 25 points. France invaded Russia in 1812. The invasion and its buildup formed the backdrop to which epic Leo Tolstoy novel about the Rostovs and 4 other aristocratic families? Jessica.
War and Peace?
That's right. Russia's repulse of the French invasion is celebrated with chimes and cannon fire. In which composer's 1812 overture?
Tchaikovsky?
Tchaikovsky is right. The 1812 overture specifically commemorates which bloodiest single-day battle of the invasion that left the French momentarily victorious but completely exhausted?
No answer.
It's the Battle of Borodino. Next toss-up. One character in this musical reveals for the first time that his name is Obadiah. Name this musical about gamblers and the women who love them. Yes, Lydia.
Guys and Dolls?
That's right. San Mateo High School is doing that in the end of January. Not a plug. For 10 points, the gambler Obadiah Masterson more often goes by this nickname.
No answer.
It's Sky Masterson. The final chapter of this work is an exhortation to liberate Italy from the barbarians. Name this 1513 work of cynical political advice, which claims that the ideal ruler would avoid attacking the property and women of his subjects. Lydia?
The Prince?
That is right. The Prince was written by which Florentine diplomat?
Machiavelli?
Correct. For 25 points, the 7th chapter of The Prince narrates the rise of Cesare, a murderous duke from which family that also included the often married Lucrezia?
Medici? Medici?
It was for the Borgias. Bobby Kennedy is credited with preventing riots in Indianapolis due to a speech he gave on April 4th, 1968, where he informed the crowd of the assassination of which civil rights leader? Lydia.
Martin Luther King Jr.?
Correct. Just before declaring his intent to run for president in 1968, Kennedy visited which Mexican-American labor leader who was in the middle of a hunger strike?
Cesar Chavez?
Right, for 25 points. Prior to winning the California primary, RFK suffered the first Kennedy defeat in a primary when he lost to Eugene McCarthy in what neighboring state?
Neighboring state. California.
It's Oregon. Next toss-up. These events can be classified as Hawaiian or Strombolian. Name this process observed in Iceland in 2010 in which a volcano releases material. Sunny.
It's an eruption?
Right. For 10 points, phreatic eruptions are characterized by the release of which gas also found in and around geysers?
Sulfuric?
No, it's water. Water vapor, steaming. This man's late works include the Critique of the Gotha Program. Name this philosopher known for his materialist theory of history. He often collaborated with Friedrich Engels. Virgil.
Karl Marx.
Correct. There is a specter haunting Europe begins which 1848 manifesto in which Marx and Engels outlined their political platform?
It's a Communist Manifesto.
Correct. For 25 points, Engels edited what unfinished multi-volume work of Marx, which claimed that even an ideal capitalist society was filled with irrepressible contradictions?
No answer.
Das Kapital.
Duh.
Next toss-up. Comic strip characters like to eat too. Which comic strip character loves root beer, which he drinks while in his World War I flying ace persona? Lydia.
Snoopy?
Right. Garfield the cat's favorite human food is what dish?
Lasagna.
Right. And for 25 points, which character's favorite food is chocolate frosted sugar bombs?
Calvin?
You got it for 25 points. Here's your next toss-up. La Malinke played a crucial role as translator for this conquistador. Who toppled the... Yes,
Fernando
Lydia.
Cortez?
Correct. For 10 points, the city of Lima was founded by which other conqueror of the
Pizarro.
Incas? And for 25 points, which of the conquistadores fought with Tuscaloosa and sighted the Mississippi River during 3 years of wandering through the modern-day American Southeast?
De La Salle?
No, it was De Soto. We'll be right back after these messages. Don't go away.
And now it's time to meet the Quiz Kids. Once again, here's Brad.
Welcome back. We have the Concord Minutemen here. I know they want to catch up, but first let's say hello to them. We'll start with Mallory Harn. You're a senior, Mallory, right?
I am a senior, Brad.
And you just got into your leadership class.
I did. I just joined our leadership class as programs director.
And what does the programs director do?
So I'm in charge of the homecoming dance royalty nominations. Sounds pretty easy, but it's actually a really daunting task.
Everyone's got to come out of that feeling pretty good about themselves, even though one king, one queen, 70 princesses, something like that.
Exactly.
Good luck with that.
Thank you.
Quincy Kahn, you're a junior.
Yes, I am.
And what would you like to talk about with us today?
I'd like to talk about my first job. I got a job over the summer at Brendan Theaters in Concord.
Congratulations, you're a movie theater floor staff member.
Right.
And what do you do?
Well, basically, as a floor staff, we just do anything that they ask us to do, pretty much. So, you know, whether you're selling tickets or cleaning theaters or cleaning a bathroom, you know, just I'm all over the place. But
Good
it's great.
for
I love
you.
it.
Good. Sunny Schmidt, you're a junior,
Yeah.
and you're on the girls' water polo team.
Yes, I am.
Well, good. Good luck to you there.
Thank you.
That's all you want to say. All right, well, good. Let's play the collaboration round. Well, you know, the team's doing pretty well. She wanted me to tell you that, okay? We have 3 categories here. Pick a category, give me 7 correct answers. I'll give you a 30-point bonus for a total of 100 points. The categories today are girls, water polo. No, I'm kidding. Parts is parts, just try me, and windows.
Describe your windows.
Just try me.
Just try me, all right. These are answers that start with the letters T-R-I, okay? The first one is, it's a percussion instrument made of one bent metal bar.
Triangle.
That is right. Neptune's largest moon.
Trident.
That's right. The hydrogen isotope with 2 neutrons.
It's okay. If you
No,
got
no, triphosphate.
It's tritium. An extinct marine arthropod fossils of the Paleozoic era.
No answer.
Trilobites. Northeastern Italian city on a namesake gulf.
No answer.
Trieste. This is a river that flows into a larger river.
Tributary.
Tributary is correct. And Isolde's lover in Arthurian myth.
Tristan.
Tristan is correct.
Yeah.
Good for you. Give him a hand. All right, San Leandro, the Pirates are in the lead. Let's say hello to them with Jessica Trin. You're a senior, and you have formed a knitting and crochet club. What do you do there?
Oh, basically, we just make anything from scarves to mittens and even, like, hats, because there are some people out there who have cancer, and we want to give them hope by making hats and giving it to them.
Keep them warm. So good. So you're having fun and you're doing good works, too. Lydia Scharf, you're involved with Dungeons & Dragons and alternate reality games.
Yes.
So, how is this show part of that alternate reality that you've developed?
It means that I don't get to sleep in after staying up all night at friends' houses trying to figure out what's the murders going on at diamond auctions.
That sounds so cool. Virgil Marinas, what would you like to talk about today, Virgil?
I'd like to talk about how I'm in the Business Academy.
Yes, the San Leandro High School has a business academy. As a 10th grader, you've started a whole new curriculum that will help you become a businessman, right?
Yeah, that's true. We learn the basics of how to run a business and how to be a good entrepreneur. So basically, we learn how to own the theater Mr. Quincy's in.
Good for you, my gosh. Talk about a throwdown. Let's see how you play in this next round. You have to pick your category. Parts is parts or windows?
Windows? Windows.
Windows. Please give these answers related to Windows. Longhorn was a pre-release code name for this Windows operating system.
DOS? Okay. DOS?
No, it was Windows Vista. This is a 14-letter term for throwing someone out a window, as in Prague.
Defenestration.
That is correct. The Jewish-Russian artist of I Am the Village and the Jerusalem Windows.
No answer.
Chagall. St. Petersburg was built to provide this look at modern Europe.
Window to the west?
That is right.
Oh.
Atmospheric window that lets through all wavelengths of visible light.
Ozone hole?
Ozone layer. Ozone layer.
I can't hear you.
Oh, ozone layer.
No, the optical window. Window is in everything. The window period in medicine, the time between this point and the first detection.
No answer.
That's the first infection. The window function returns this value for any input outside its targeted interval. The answer is 0. We end with 160 for San Leandro, 45 for Concord. We'll be right back.
And now we're back with the second half of Quiz Kids. Take it away, Brad.
We're back, and would you put your hands together for the coaches for both our teams? First from Concord, Miss Lori Harris. And for the San Leandro team, Mr. Mark Gordon. All right, teams, we're going to go back to the three-for-all. This time, the toss-up questions are worth 10. If you get the second question right, it's worth 25, and 3 questions will earn you 50 points total, 150 to 45. Good luck to both teams. Here's your first toss-up. This scientist first appeared in an 1818 novel whose author was only 20 years old at the time of publication. Mary Shelley created what character who reanimated a Yes, Lydia.
Dr. Frankenstein?
Yes. Mary Shelley was inspired to create the novel, to write the novel while visiting which romantic poet, whose works include Don Juan and She Walks in Beauty?
Giovanni?
No, it was Lord Byron. Next toss-up. She played Mama Boucher in Adam Sandler's The Waterboy. Yes, Quincy?
I was going to say The Waterboy, but yeah, I didn't wait long enough.
Oh, I'm sorry. Which Oscar winner for Misery currently plays the title role in the series Harry's Law? Kathy Bates. He associated the rectangular holes observed when viewing cork under a microscope with the small rooms lived in by monks. Name this 17th century English scientist. Jessica.
Cook?
Say it again.
Cook?
That's right, Robert Hooke. Hooke used what term for those objects he saw? No, I'm sorry. I'm told that you did not say the correct answer, so we're going to move on to the next question. According to the story, mathematician Edward Kaiser asked his 8-year-old nephew what name he would give to a really large number. It sounds like, but is spelled differently from the name of an internet giant. What is the one? Yes, Mallory.
Google?
Correct. Estimates for the number of ants in the world often use what number, which in the U.S. naming system is a 1 followed by 15 zeros?
A gazillion?
No, it's a quadrillion. Hotels throughout the U.S. and Europe fear invasions of these unwanted guests. Name this Yes,
Bed
Lydia.
bugs?
Say again?
Bed bugs.
Good, I didn't have to say the title. Gosh. Bed bugs can bite. Their saliva contains anticoagulants, substances that inhibit what process?
No answer.
Anticoagulants inhibit blood clotting. The major deities of this religion are known as the Trimurti. Name this world religion that originated in India. It's Yes, Sunny.
Hinduism?
Correct. This creator god is the other member of the Hindu Trimurti. According to one legend, he was born from a golden egg. Name him.
No answer.
Brahma. In the 2009 movie, she was played by Zoe Saldana. In the original Star Trek, Nichelle Nichols played which communications officer?
Uhura.
Uhura is right. Marina Sirtis played what half-betazoid, half-human empath and advisor of Captain Jean-Luc Picard in Next Generation?
No answer.
That's Deanna Troi. When Democratic Governor Mark Dayton and the Republican-controlled legislature could not agree on a new state budget in July 2011, a government shutdown hit what Midwestern state? Virgil.
Wisconsin?
No. You can steal.
Illinois.
Minnesota. This American composer of Billy the Kid is even better known for how he brought a rustic wedding to life in Appalachian Spring. Name him. Lydia.
Kelly.
No. You can steal.
No answer.
Aaron Copland. Unlike the Marlowe play, the protagonist of this work is ultimately allowed to enter heaven. Name this drama whose protagonist sells his soul to Mephistopheles in exchange for his services.
Faust.
Yes, Lydia. Say again?
Faust.
Right. Faust is a two-part play by which German romantic who also wrote The Sorrows of Young Werther?
Goethe.
I know they're trying to say it's Goethe, but that's right. In the first part of the work, Faust falls in love with which woman who appears at the end of the second part to lead him into heaven?
No answer.
Gretchen. Some call her Margaret. I don't understand that. Okay, next toss-up. He wrote about a tavern keeper named Humphrey Chimpton Earwicker in his last novel, Finnegan's Wake. Name this novelist who wrote about Stephen Dedalus in A Portrait of the Artist as a Young... Yes, Lydia?
James Joyce.
Right. Stephen Dedalus also appears in what other Joyce novel that centers on a day in the life of Leopold Bloom and is inspired by an epic from antiquity?
Ulysses.
Ulysses.
Right. For 50 points. What city is the setting for Ulysses?
No answer.
Sure, and it's Dublin, Ireland. And that's the end of the round. 230 to 65. We'll be back in just a minute.
Tournament champions will win an all-expenses-paid trip to Europe, courtesy of ACIS.
We are back, and we're going to put 3 minutes on the clock. The final round questions are worth 30 points. Good luck to both teams. Here's your first question. This is the alter ego of Selina Kyle, who made her debut in print in 1940. Eartha Kitt, Julie Newmar, Michelle Pfeiffer, and Halle Berry have all played Lydia.
Catwoman.
Yes. Which German-born astronomer who discovered infrared radiation was the first head of the Royal Astronomical Society and in 1781 discovered Uranus? I'm sorry, it was William Herschel. It was founded in 1906 as the Haloid Photographic Company, and in 1959 introduced a highly successful plain paper photocopier. Since 1958, it has been known by what 5-letter name? Lydia.
Xerox.
Yes. In 1589, Henry IV founded what royal house that also includes today's Juan Carlos I of Spain and French kings of the past like Charles X and Louis XIV? Virgil.
Bourbon?
Yes. Its reactivity falls between chlorine and iodine. The only non-metallic element that is liquid at room temperature is what red, Quincy?
Mercury.
No, is what red halogen? Bromine. It was named for their mascot. 1960s football players at the University of Florida were the first to drink which carbohydrate and electrolyte-rich? Virgil.
Gatorade.
Correct. With the title of general, William Booth sounds like a military officer, but while he never led a platoon, he did start what appropriately named religious organization? Virgil.
Salvation Army.
Correct. Which actinide element, first produced by bombarding uranium-238 with neutrons, has atomic number 94 and is used in making? Virgil.
Plutonium.
Correct. If A and B both divide C, and C is smaller than any other number that they both describe, what three-word term describes C? Lydia.
Least common factor?
No, it's the least common multiple. You might have to get out of here, metaphorically, that is. Fort Man was the first settlement in what Kansas City where the Chisholm and Santa Fe trails met? Get out of Dodge City. It includes the famous line, "It's a far, far better thing that I do than I have ever done. It's a far, far better rest that I go to than I have ever known." This quote is from what Dickens novel? Jessica.
Great Expectations?
No, you can steal.
Moby Dick.
Tale of Two Cities. Wow. In humans, what anatomical structure contains 27 bones, a number that includes 14 phalanges and the 8 carpals in the wrist? Lydia.
Hand?
Yes. Their danger is classified on the Torino scale. Name these objects that are mostly found in a belt between the orbits of Mars and, yes, Sunny?
Asteroid?
Correct. The logarithm of 8 divided by the logarithm of 2 is what integer, also equal to the common logarithm of 1,000 and the natural log of e cubed? Quincy. No, it's 3. That's the end of the game. 95-440. San Leandro wins. Thank you for joining us. We'll see you next week. Bye-bye.
Promotional consideration furnished by the Burlingame Scottish Rite, the Knights Templar, Model Compilers, the Bay Area Academic League. Some questions of Quiz Kids are provided by National Academic Quiz Tournaments.